Well, I want Lesko Help members to know that I just put up a whole bunch of new units under the units under real estate money sources there. But before we go into that, what I want to do is cover an article I found the other day that everybody could use, whether you're a member or not. And I'm certainly going to make sure all the members know about this. But it's by Fool.com. These are the Motley Fool people. They got a great article to give you an overview of all the options that there are in real estate. Now, real estate obviously is a growing market again, and a lot of people are getting it. And the neatest thing about real estate is that's something you're going to use. You can't eat stock market, certificates or whatever, but you can live in real estate. So this article, if you go and Google Fool for Motley Fool, and then how to start with small real estate investments, and you get this great article here. It takes us through. Like one item is real estate stocks. You can invest in real estate stocks for next to nothing, and as little like $100, and be a real estate investor in investing in companies that invest in real estate. See, that's another way to do it. So there's always more than one way to do it. Now, here's another thing. It's called ETFs, okay, estate focused exchange traded funds. That's some hocus pocus. REITs, you've probably seen that around. These are real estate companies that also invest, that you could invest in them. Now, also real estate crowdfunding. Oh, by the way, what's neat about this article, it tells you what's good, why crowdfunding makes a good starting for real estate investment. Because again, you could start for as little as $100 to be a real estate investor. But some of these websites for crowdfunding, you have to be a fat cat, like earning $200,000 a year. But some, you may not. So there's a whole bunch of them. So you got to check them all out. So it tells you what's good and bad about them. Now, also they call something called house hacking. And this is neat. And actually it could include Airbnb. So you could have an Airbnb. And actually what I have is a lot of information on this too, is how you could get money to have an extra room in your house that you just use for Airbnb. And people will lend you that money to buy the house with that extra room, and then you share the profits from the Airbnb. But this is also house hacking in their mind is when you buy a 2, 3, 4 unit building, and it's easy to get a mortgage on because it's residential and not commercial. And then you get rent from 1, 2, or 3 other places in your house, and that pays your mortgage all day. So that's a great deal. A lot of people over the years have used things like that, in our country. That's why we have these duplexes and quadruplexes or whatever it is. And now here's another interesting thing. If you live in a bigger neighborhood, investing in a parking spot. You buy a parking spot, in a big city, man, and that's an income generator. And that's a whole bunch of another kettle of fish and a way to get in the real estate game, very cheaply. And again, they go through what's a parking lot good or bad, single family home investments. Okay. And then they say why this is good, why this is bad, final steps you could take to help you along the way. Now, here's another thing is that they have a report. Now, they don't charge. I think I haven't seen these people, they seem like pretty good guys. They had some great books out. Because I'm an economist at heart, and this is a book about real estate investing. That's all free. It's a download thing, and it takes each of these subjects and blows it up. And so you could download that for free by just clicking on them. And where the heck is it? There it is, Million Acres, the Motley Fool Company. And I'm not sure how they make all their money selling ads on their website or something, but it takes all those things, where to invest and everything. The other thing to do if you're looking for real estate investment is go to something called Meetup, MEET, where it is, MEET, up.com, and you put real estate in there and where you live, and you'll see a whole bunch of these are guys, ladies, everything. I've been to a bunch of these, and they're free, and they exchange ideas. So this is a way to learn. I think the worst thing you could do is go on the internet and look for a real estate seminar. You're gonna, they're gonna charge you $300, $5,000, $50,000, whatever. And this was Trump University was $30,000 to learn how to invest in real estate, and he had to give $50 million back, or I think it was $25 million back because he was ripping off people. So that's why you got to stay away from that. And first, learn everything. Don't go to them because they're easy and all you have to do is come up with money. Yeah. And probably not get much for your money, so you can get all this other stuff for free. And then members, what I've done is, if you're a member, then you go over here on the left-hand side to discussions, and over here, and you see units, you press on units there. And then I have information grouped in categories, and one is real estate here, and I got about 10 reports here. So here's how Amazon will give you $5,000 to buy a home or real estate, or how you could learn farm real estate investing without getting your hands dirty. Or don't invest in real estate, invest in real estate seminar scams. Man, they're making more money. And are you going to get rich or get ripped off? Now here's the kind of thing that really I specialize in. It is surplus land and property and homes from the government. So I got a special report on that. One for also how to repair your homes or rehabilitate. You want to flip houses. Okay, what's all the government money programs available for that? These are grants or loans you don't have to pay back and things like that. Then I have another report just for the state and federal government. See, this stuff is all over the government. There's no one place to go. So that's why it takes some work. And what I do is categorize them. So you have it there, easy to understand. Because if you're going to circle around in Google, it'll take you the rest of your life and you still won't find much, because all you find is people want to sell you something. So everything I show you are people that give you money. They don't take your money, they give you money. So that's why they're hard as hell to find in Google. So there's a report just on the federal and state. And these are instructional videos. So I take you step by step and explain how to use these programs. Because I do research on this for people in every city and everything. So here's another one just for opportunity zones. This is a special classification of real estate to get money for that. Or here, how to make $1,000 a month in your backyard, and how to put a small house in the backyard, and also how to get real estate money from your not only state, but your county, your city, and local nonprofit organizations. And I got one here for the largest source of grants funding for buying a house, renting a house, or real estate investment. So all those reports, which are 50 and 100 pages a piece, some of these are free to members. And that's why it's all you can eat kind of thing, at Lesko Help. But if you don't use me, that's fine. Get that book from the Motley Fool. That looks good to understand the different ways you can invest in real estate, because people on the internet are just selling you stuff. I can't see what they're selling in here. So there's no, grabbing money from you or convincing you're going to die if you don't pay for something. And the other thing is those meetups. Meetups got kind of wonderful, because then you'll run into people like you that are trying to be in real estate in their city or in your city. And then they share experiences. So you learn from somebody who's 6 months ahead of you or 6 years ahead of you. Man, that's better than paying somebody $1,000 that you don't know what the hell you're going to get. Okay. So that's it. If you need more from me, I'm at lesko.com. And that gets you into Lesko Help if you want me to help you. I'd like to, but it may not make sense for you. You decide.